Hey, what's up? I bought a Bible today. The reason being that I've never owned my own copy, and I haven't read this in a long time. It's been about 4, maybe 5 years now, and I just started him on page 2, where he gets to the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them and shit. That's the first one. Um, chapter 2 of page 2, and I've never owned my own copy. I haven't read it in a while. I'm thinking about just reading it again. It's gonna be long, and it's just as fucking boring, but funny as I remember. I'll be reading it, and all the creepy crawlies and the cattle and the fowl. And it's funny shit, you know. But what I wanted to do this one about in my life is that, because it's called An Atheist Life. This is gonna be my 5th video, and I'm probably gonna have to make part 6. But anyway, in this video, I'll tell you what happened kind of after I left school, and I got kicked out of school because the principal told me, we don't want you here. People like you are not welcome here. Doesn't even matter if you try to pass. We're gonna fail you. Just get you the fuck away from us. Because I was very hardcore atheist, like in your face about it, which probably I shouldn't have been. You know, now I've kind of calmed down. I'll afford somebody respect for their religion if they're not a fucking idiot about it. All right, if you want to worship and that's how you guide your morals and everything, and that's cool. If you want to be in my face going, faggots don't need to marry, then if that happens, my wife will leave me for a black man. You know. Or some shit like that, whatever goes through their crazy fucking heads, then no, I don't fucking respect you. But back then, I didn't respect anybody when people said, you know, we get our morals from the Bible. Yeah, I've seen all the morals in the Bible about let's fucking kill people if they disagree with you, let's burn them alive, and and then after they die, after we burn them alive, then there's gonna be more fire. You know, let's give them a taste of it up here. That happened, and I left that, and when I turned, that was when I was about 16, I finally left school, but I turned 17, it was right before my 17th birthday. I turned 17, and 17 to 18, and then to 19, I had this kind of fucked up idea. Maybe I was too angry, and maybe there was a God, and he was watching over me, but it wasn't the God, it was just a God. Maybe it was some sort of entity. Maybe it was a fucking can of Coca-Cola. Something like that, you know. There was something. There had to be something. Maybe I was wrong about all this. I was, you know, starting to kind of lose perspective on the whole thing, because really I had nothing to kind of keep it in perspective. I just had myself. At this time, there was, I don't think Richard Dawkins had come out yet. Actually, I'm pretty much sure he didn't. There was no Christopher Hitchens. There was no books to go read. And believe me, I fucking looked because they weren't there. There was a few, you know, but they were just more. I tried to read Richard Dawkins. I'm in the middle of it, actually, and it's too sciencey for me. I'm into science, but not how he is. He's very scientific and shit, and I get lost. I might as well be reading the Bible. He tries to simplify it, but I want to get Christopher Hitchens' book, God Is Not Great. That one will kind of be a better version. I read a few pages of it. I haven't read the entire book, but I'm going to try and get it. Anyway, I had nothing to keep me grounded into anything, so I was just kind of left to my own thoughts. It doesn't happen anymore, but back then when I had nothing to watch or read or anything, I just didn't go, I didn't know. Instead of just going, you know, well, I don't know. Instead I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong, you know. I got on YouTube, and I didn't want to use YouTube. I'm like, I ain't gonna go on there and watch fucking movies and all this bullshit, you know. I don't got enough time on my hands, or I'm too busy and shit. And I had this thought in my head, well, if I'm gonna kind of discover what atheism really is, per se, or what other people's opinions are about it, or if people agree with me, or they have the same kind of mentality I do. I need to get on there and check it out. So I did, and I looked up this kid from this guy called the Kid from 13th Street. I don't know his real fucking name, but anyway, that's just what his screen name is, or his channel name. And he started talking about, how people believe in this stupid bullshit, which is really what I was thinking, and have thought many times. And but he kind of was the person who said what I was thinking, and I was like, well, shit, this is what I need to be watching, because these motherfuckers got their facts right. They're on point. He led me to the second person I watched was TJ, the Amazing Atheist. And he was just the most brilliant shit I've ever seen in my life. Just on point, to the facts. People, I think the first one I watched was called the Night Vision Phantom one, where he fucking does a ponage video on the Night Vision Phantom, who's talking about, if atheists ruled the world, marriage would be, there would be more premarital pregnancy and shit. And then he said, no, compare ourselves to Germany, the Netherlands, all this. We have a much higher abortion and fucking shit like that. Much higher abortion rates, much higher teen pregnancy rates, but we're the godful country. And he pretty much just proved everything this fucking dude said. Because all these people do is they'll just spin shit. Well, Rush Limbaugh said this, and that's good enough for me. They don't have any facts to support their claim. But I got on there and I started watching this, and then just in the last few years, in the last couple of years, really, many books have been coming out on the subject of atheism that I agree with. I saw Brett Keane the other day. He did a video of this guy called Somehow Magic. Somehow Magic said exactly what my story is. He said, I've been a spectator since '07, which I've been one since '08 and late '08, and I didn't join until '09 sometime, early '09 or something, I believe. I'll have to look at it and remember, because I don't remember shit in my life. I can barely remember what the fuck I had for breakfast this morning. I don't even think I had breakfast. Anyway, enough of that rambling. But he said I've been a spectator since about '07, and then I've been more recently getting active in it. That was my story, kinda, in a way. I just said, I'm gonna sit this out. I was kinda like on the sidelines. I'm just gonna sit this out. I ain't gonna share my opinion, because, what the fuck does my opinion matter? Now, on my channel, I'm never gonna do editing. I'm never gonna do cuts. I don't know how to use the editing. I don't know how to do it anyway. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't use it, because the videos I liked where TJ did like long videos Sunday, where he was just sitting there and it was totally unscripted, not cut, not, or many cuts. I think there was a few, but he was just sitting there and it was coming off the top of his head and it was natural and shit. Because most of the things on YouTube that come off that some people say is like natural, which this doesn't happen either that much, but they'll come out, and the few times when they say, well, I haven't scripted this, I'm just coming up at the top of my head, you can tell it's very fucking scripted. They either sat down, wrote it out, or they probably got a fucking poster board behind the camera and shit. And scripted videos or something that you wrote out is good if that's what you want to do. Me, I couldn't do it. It would look even more fucked up than the videos I'm making now, because in here I ramble a lot. On there I'd just be looking like this at the poster board or some shit, or holding notes off to the side because I can't remember shit. Me, I want it to be very fluid and natural and leave all the mistakes in. The mistakes may suck, but at least I'm fucking honest. And TJ, he does a lot of cuts and mixing of videos, and he does ponage videos where he, comes back and then shows a little bit of their video and shit, which they are actually pretty good. It's not my kind of style, but, he does it, pulls off well, and if I tried to do something like that, it would just be very, very fucking sad. But, anyway, that's one of the reasons I'm on YouTube, so, that's part 5, so go to part 6 and check that out. So that's going to be the ending one. So, peace.